We are live. Are we on time? What do you think?
No.
You know what? I'm going to say we are on time because Anya's in the
I live in the
Caribbean.
Caribbean.
I can say this because I'm Caribbean. And if anybody knows about Caribbean people, on time really means if you're an hour or two late, that means you're actually on time. Right? Is that not true, Anya? Is that
So
not true?
true.
You know,
So true.
it's a funny joke, a running joke that a lot of us West people in the Caribbean talk about is our tardy for the party. But in all actuality, we're super excited to be here. We apologize. I apologize for the tardiness. Just a little back end technical difficulties, but you know what? There's no such thing as technical difficulties. It's all about divine timing. And guess what? Who I get to talk with is my amazing mom link sister, Miss Anya. Anya, and I'm super excited to talk with you. First of all, my name is Camille. You know, I'm the program director here in the Mom Link, and we have our amazing Anya, who's not only going to be a speaker at the virtual summit that we're having next Friday on June 23rd. It's completely free. If you don't know about it yet, come on, that little QR code right there. Beep, 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 beep. Just click on it and get your ticket. And while you're at it, just send out this link to so many other amazing women because I'm telling you, Anya is just going to give us a little taste of what she does, but she's going to give you the meat and potatoes in two places. She's also going to be running a masterclass in the Mom Link community on Sunday. Yes, so if you're a Mom Link member, you get to come in. If you're not a Mom Link member, don't worry. Anya's very not stingy with her services and definitely invites some non-members to come in. If you are interested, definitely I'm going to make sure that the links for both the masterclass and the virtual are going to be on this live. But while you're at it, you can still click that QR code. Now, without further ado, I've done enough talking. Let's talk to Miss Anya Vasquez. I'm trying to learn to speak Spanish.
Oh my God. No, that was so cute. Well, thank you for obviously having me here. Very excited to be here and talk about all the good stuff that's happening. So let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Let's
We're gonna
do it.
start.
And you know what I love about to have these conversations with Anya? So you see how beautiful she is? Anya is an amazing expert in relationships and energy. And we're all about where energy flows, energy goes. So how we're going to be doing this conversation is exactly that, in flow, right? We're going to have a great conversation, just all about what she has to offer out her clients as well as the community. And definitely just give us, I want us to just get a little taste of what you're going to be talking about with us on Sunday in our masterclass, and of course, what's going to be happening at the summit. So let's start off.
And here goes my husband.
No, get in there, brother. Get in there. No.
Perfect timing.
I have a rule of thumb, husband. I'm esposo. I have a thumb. I have a rule. If you come in when we're on live, you have to say hi.
You have to say something because we're live now. You can't just ditch. We're literally live. So
what am I supposed to say?
What does he have to say? Wait. Hola, at least hola over here.
Hello. Testing. Testing 1 2.
That's awesome.
So, perfect timing as usual.
So do you see this? I just want to give an example to everybody watching here right now. Do you see how awesome Anya's husband just quickly participated? Not even hearing what we're talking about, he still participated. That's how you know Anya is a relationship specialist. Because I know so a lot of men, most men would be dodging.
She's talking about you.
You
doesn't want to go now.
But what's the topic beforehand?
We just started and it was like I was supposed to do introduction and then you walked in, so that was the introduction.
I love it, but it was right on time because as you said, you are a relationship expert.
Yes, that's it. That's it.
Tell us a little bit about your what you do. Well, first let's talk about the relationship side and how you really got into that. You know, the whole realm of industry, and then of course
that's a long story. I don't know. We have that.
Well, let's do snippets. Let's do a little bit of snippet, and then how you combine that your relationship with the whole energy and what that means for our business and our personal life.
Okay, so this is great because we're doing both, right? Yes, I have a masterclass on Sunday, and then we're doing summit on next week. So ultimately, and I'm the guide to practical spirituality within us, right? So everybody's got so many tangible stuff, and I'm like all about woo woo, and and the funny thing is it's not woo woo, and that's what I'm trying to get, right? So let's get practical. Okay. quick background story. This is my second husband, by the way. I did not introduce him like that. But that's where that's where my story started. So story started. Ultimately, one of those traumatic experiences in a bad relationship got me to the point when I'm like, what is life? What am I doing, right? And that put me on a path with my energy coach. That energy coach that I'm still working up to today ultimately showed me the purpose of life and what are we supposed to be doing in this world.
Mhm.
And that led me to understand, how many things I've done wrong in life that I need to reassess and readjust. And that obviously involved my relationship at that time. Not that people are bad, none of that, but understanding where is the frequency that I live on and where I want to be and what kind of people I want to have and what kind of life I want to have and how much money I want to make, and all of that ultimately being completely interlaced to understand so you can leverage it. So yes, obviously bad relationship that got me into completely different way of living, got away from that, completely transformed my life and the way I live and how I breathe and how I see and perspective. That got me into an amazing marriage with my husband. And that personal story pushed me to focus on marriage and relationship because I see so many not thriving relationships around me. But ultimately, as an energy coach, it's not I am just focused on relationship. And that's where, the masterclass and the summit kind of comes in. So in the masterclass, I'm talking about, mindset mastery, understanding how we sometimes feel we're stuck. Sometimes like, why am I not getting clients? Why am I not getting that much money? Why I can't do this? Like, well, what? And many times, I'll promise you, many times with my clients, I realize that it's not even the money problem, but there's this negative energy exchange within your relationship that we need to focus on. Because again, energy is everywhere. And a lot of times we think, oh, this is my relationship, one box, and then business, another box, and then physical life, another box. But it's not like that. Everything is connected with everything. So I actually use everyday's life of my clients as a training ground to build yourself with more positivity. That might be, when you need confidence. That might be security. That might be more better boundaries, better values, better communication, better sex, whatever it is, it consistently improving. And like I said, I do work with high achieving women. So a lot of them might not have even financial issues, but they want more. They know that there's more. They feel stuck. And then all of a sudden, we realize that there's this negative energy exchange within, again, obviously, and very oftenly in the relationship that we need to work on. And when we unblock that, all of a sudden, more money starts flowing in. So that what I'm focusing on the master class to kind of give a whole spectrum of seeing how all this is connected, so you have more clarity in where do I need to work on personally to get to whatever your goal might be. And then the summit, we have the business summit. So obviously I'm not going to be talking about relationship that much, but I'm going to be, and this is actually my life purpose. So my life motion, why am I here? Why am I in the Mom Link in this beautiful community, women supporting women in business is, and I'll give you an example. Years back, who was the strongest, the fittest, who could do the most, farm word yard stuff, made the
Mhm.
most money. Then years later, all of a sudden, that value got turned into brain, as in who gets the degree, who can be a doctor, who has all this science and and many degrees, and more money you make. But lately, let's be honest, who uses their degree? I'm not saying nobody, right? But every year, less and less people do, because it's changing towards being open to living life on a more open spiritual level of understanding that you are energy in living this human experience. And if you're not opening to that kind of flow, intuition, sensing, feeling, then it doesn't matter how many tangible stuff you're going to do. That openness to spirituality is where the key is if you want to be successful in the future. And that's ultimately what I'm going to talk about on summit, because I don't want any of us ladies to be stuck in the past and focusing and just doing what was supposed to be done in the past, but now like going with the flow of development of humanity to
Yeah.
see how can I leverage it and be at the beginning of the train. Does that make
Exactly.
sense?
Oh, it makes complete sense. And you know what I love, Anya, and I'm so grateful to have you in this community. You can hear me, right? I want to make sure.
Yeah, all
Okay,
good.
there you go. You know what I love? And I'm so grateful that we have this connection. It's because I was that person that thought, hey, all I needed in my business is to get the best landing page, to get the website, to get these business opportunities. And during my journey, I was losing the inner self of me where I was just looking at all the external. And then so many of us do that because we're always looking at the how are we going to do this because I want more money, because I want more money. But they never really attach it to that feeling or to that emotion or even realize that there's blockages of past trauma that may be preventing them from seeing the next opportunity. And since even being with you and being in the community and listening, I have learned you have to have both. Exactly what you said. We are spirits all having a human experience, whether it's Wuha to you or Wuha to not. There's science in it. Energy is all around us. We know this through neurons. And I love that you have attached both the understanding of aligning your inner to build up that clarity, to build up, to release any past feelings that we may still be holding on to so that we could be even more productive and show up within our businesses and our communities and our relationships. And I'll give you an example, Anya, from because of your teachings and stuff, even me, these beads here are all symbols. These I have my forces of energy around me in my workspace. And since I've been being aware of even my own inner, it truly has made a difference in my business and relationships. So this is why I love what you do. I don't see it as the wuha. I'm a walking testament of it. I have talked to many people that have also done your services, have had your services, and it's always been raves and reviews and saying, "Oh my goodness, I can see clearly now the ring." Okay, I'm going off. You know what I mean? But I really, really, really am excited to see how both in the masterclass you're going to be discussing our relationships and understanding how it aligns with our business. But I love that you are going to be in the virtual business summit because here in the Mom Link, we want us amazing women to see that business is greater than just the landing page, the chat GPT, which is fantastic. But when we get that what you were talking about, exactly that is really aligning our business with our purpose and our passion mixed in with our feelings. That's why you're so awesome.
Exactly.
Like
And
you're
that and that's why I love, like, like all these tools that we got, and we got, of course, a whole community of ladies who are, so good in their stuff. And then I feel like it's just going to be such an amazing summit because we're going to learn all these tools, and then I'm going to put that the woo stuff on it, as in, now how can we use that tools, and how can we top it with this little sparkly dust at the top. A little sparkles, a little, what's it, pinky dust? Is it pinky dust? What is it? What was the dust?
what is it?
Makes pinky.
Fairy dust? The
Fairy dust. See,
yeah.
that fairy dust that we're gonna put a little bit of on top, because, like I said, like, by the way, you and I, we both know, and I'm not gonna name obviously, but we know people
Yeah.
that have done this, that
Yeah.
have done all the tangible, like you said, all the tangible and investing. And it's not about, this is not even a conversation about, oh, we need to convince people into investing themselves. I think everybody's at the part where, like, yeah, we know we need to invest
Oh,
in ourselves. But
definitely.
now the question is, okay, where are you investing, right? So, and again, we both know people who have invested in so many places,
Mhm.
but unfortunately, that what happened, it was just a tangible, it was just a tangible, it was just a tangible. And again, we are entering, no, sorry, we are in an energy era. And unfortunately, if you're not going to be at least curious about this, or see, or test it out, or completely be blocked out of it, then the time itself, it's going to run you over, just like it ran over and not literally, obviously, but it ran over my grandma. Like, my grandma, when she was, I don't know, 60, the androids came out. She was like, oh my God, no, I'm never going to do this. But now she can't video call me, she can't video check me because she denied where the evolution went into, like, I need to learn how to use Android, I need to learn how to text or, make like a video call versus than a normal phone, right? So she was in denial. And again, now she's stuck in time. Okay, she's 80 plus. Nobody blames her. But you are not, and we have you women in community that are 70 and they're still, like, I want to do stuff. So now we need to learn how to do stuff in a new way and pay attention to the, I'll say different ways of living. So now you can again leverage it.
I
That's it.
love how
I
you
want to
said
open
that.
that mind.
Like, can we just, like, I'm just gonna recap what you just said. If you all did not understand what Anya's talking about, it's aligning your energy, your business with the time. It's also making sure that you're keeping up with the time. Instead, because so many people get lost in their own sauce, even in their own self belief, because they kept themselves limited to greater opportunities or greater circumstances because of the class. We have a lot of, and we see it a lot in our older generation where they're like, no, this is the way I do it, and this is the way it's going to be. But once we open up and we have the understanding that energy is always continuous and is always evolving, and as it's evolving, we need to evolve with it, so we can have that. It's not even just about the career in our business. To me, Anya, because even when you speak, it's that peace. It's that peace. It's not the peace that
Girl,
we feel on the
I've been saying 2 years in the mom link in clubhouse rooms and everyone,
yeah.
money's not the currency anymore. I mean, everybody, they're still like kind of holding on to it, but peace is the new currency. And if you don't have peace, look, I've, again, here in Punta Cana, and, can be a fancy place for a lot of people. And we got
Yeah.
fancy villas and all that stuff. So yeah, I run into a lot of millionaires and fancy people. I ran into Justin Bieber once, FYI. But yeah, but I'm saying that, and I've met these people and I've seen, like things that you would think like, mansions and awesome, pretty cars and all that stuff and pools and all that. I've seen it all.
Mhm.
But when you get to know and you see that money, like, it doesn't bring you any of what your soul is searching for. And that's why I said that peace is the new currency. My colleagues who are in the same field as me and they, work in Europe, they've literally said no to people giving them money. Like, I want you to train me. I want you to train me. Oh, part two.
Oh,
Um, so there was like, they said no to people that wanted to literally, I'll give you all the money, train me because I want to be more happy and I want to understand the purpose of life. But it's not, you know what? I'm not going to take your money if you're not going to do the work.
that
And they've said no to money because you've learned that with money, okay, and by the way, money is energy as well.
that's right.
So now you need to know how to handle those different energies. That's why a lot of people who randomly get a lot of money, for example, will either go in debt, do some crazy stuff, like some crazy yes happens, because it's something that they're like, their mind, even their physical, like, I'm not joking, I know people who have gotten a big amount of money and they died in a week because their body, it's like it's an energy that influenced you and you were not ready for it. And it's just like disconnected. So learning this so you can now again leverage it. And yes, if you want to make that money, let's go make that money, but let's do it right.
Mm.
Because if we don't do it right, and that's where everybody's stuck in right now, if you do not get whatever your goals are, and let's talk about, because we're talking about business summit, right? If your goals are clients and so much money or whatever your projects are, that you do it in a way where you strengthen your marriage, when you strengthen your parenting skills, when you strengthen your own wisdom and mindset, and you're emotionally more mature, and when that, because that's how it happens, when that money comes, when that whatever fame comes, you're okay. Like, you're the same person, because it's not like, oh my God, what happened? And this attack of different frequency comes to you, but you became that person before it has manifested. And it's natural. And then you stay the same. And again, as I said, the most important thing is, and that's ultimately why what I believe in and what I stand behind is that you go to all those goals and you increase all these areas in your life, including your body.
Mm.
Because a lot of times where we live in right now,
Yep.
it's normal to be sick when you're, I don't know, after 40 or after
Yeah.
50.
It's like,
It's normal to get, exactly, it's
mm,
expected.
yeah.
Normally to have relationship issues, normally to get divorced, normally, and this, all these things, norms, it's because, again, there was not enough of proper knowledge to increase,
Yeah.
to grow, to improve. But it was just like, nothing is connected, nothing makes sense, or there's no connection whatsoever. And then you cross your fingers and you hope you make
For
it.
the best. And you know what? I love that you said that because a lot of people don't realize that the blockage is actually inner. And I love that you talked about the fact that we need to understand as we're building up our business. Yes, are we building up our business for that financial freedom? But we have to attach that financial freedom to the fact that money is an energy, just like you said. And what we do is when you really understand that money is just a byproduct, that allows you to do the things that you desire in life, you'll see that that we have to ensure that when we're building up our business, our mindset, our energy, our vibration, our peace is also being, you're aware of it, and you, so that when that money is coming, because it is here, not even coming, when it's here, it's always been around us, but our eyes are going to be open a lot more because we're not chasing it anymore. And this is why I'm super excited, Anya, that you are always bringing back to the community here in the Mom Link, and that you are going to be speaking at our first virtual business summit, and really to for people to understand that when we are building up our business, remember the business is like the journey that we go on, but we are the captains, and we are the ones that are running or walking or driving on that path. So we need to make sure that it all aligns. And I just love, Anya, that you really aligned. And this is exactly, it's not ruha. When you align the fact that, people will get money and they won't even know what to do with it because they don't understand it. And that money energy, it's like a magnet. It's going to guide you to wherever
just
it needs to go.
just right now before we started, so there are two things that today happened. Today was a fabulous day, but one thing, I had, well, kind of a session with a friend of mine, and he said he's working with this millionaire who lives somewhere in Europe, I forgot where. Anyway, guy has money, whatever. He's giving, oh, you, my sister, oh, has a project, here you go, 1 million, here you go, do whatever. And he says money means nothing to me.
Mhm.
Why? Because right now he's going through one surgery, he's going through another surgery, at this surgery and that surgery. And I want people to understand that things in life doesn't happen randomly.
Yeah.
And if you understand these connections, then versus living your life, messing it up, and then like, oh, shoot, I should have done that differently. Being like this red flags that we all get in life, and
Mhm.
very little kind of see those red flags. We're very oblivious people, unfortunately.
That's it. We're not even like
But
this. We're like
yeah,
this.
yeah, literally. Um, so that you can, in understand it better, and
Mhm.
yes, get to that money, but then know, what to do or how you want to live, and understand that you need to always prioritize your health. And I'm not just talking about breathing exercises and yoga and meditation and nutrition. All that is great. All that is a must,
Mhm.
but it starts within,
Mhm.
with the emotions, with the attitudes, with the behaviors, with the habits, and all that is like a sum of everything that ultimately gives you a result. So yeah, the traditional Chinese medicine that I use within, it's is just fabulous, because that what actually tells you, right, on the way to your greatness.
Yes.
Okay, let's get you healthier, let's get you to be the best version of yourself. And when you're the best version of yourself, and when you have your emotions under control, then who would say no to you? Why would husband say no to you? Why would he be mean to you? Why would kids not listen to you? And then it's magic.
It is. And you know what? I just love, like, Anya, I'm so grateful that I have the opportunity to speak and do the ambassador feature for the virtual summit, business summit, because you have me so excited, because I want everyone to understand, even in my own business, it didn't start to really take off until Camille stopped and worked with Camille internally. Camille understood when I say, I'm just talking in third person, but
Mm,
when I really understood who I was becoming, and also aligning the energy that was around me, and that part there, I'm still a work in progress of the keeping the emotions in check, but it's that self-awareness. And that really plays a huge factor in the decisions that we make in our business.
Wait, there's three. There's three. There's not just self-awareness. I wrote them down today because I had to
Hold on,
translate them
hold on,
from
I
my
got my pen.
language.
I'm ready. Wait, don't tell
So
me yet.
self-awareness is
Wait, wait, wait.
one.
Oh, I got my pen. I need to hear
So,
this.
wait, and then I was like translating it. I had like a difficult time to translate it today. But okay, self-awareness is once. Confidence would be once, but confidence not as cocky. Confidence is in like wisdom, like like you know what's right. And then self-control.
Mm.
Because first you have to be self-aware, you have to have confidence, and then the key is self-control, consistently creating, knowing what you want to do, what you should be doing in order to create the future, but then doing it now. And a lot of people are living in the past, a lot of people are focusing on the future, completely missing the point of here, that control. How am I, how every day, in this moment, where am I, what frequency do I give in, what kind of emotions do I shine out, and then that emotional that will ultimately result, like you said, money wise, it's a reward. So when you're focusing on money, when you're searching for money, money does not come. But when you're focusing on what is preventing me to get that money, what is stopping me in the way. And I'll tell you what, because right now, I don't know, for anybody who's like a sports enthusiast, a few days ago, Novak Djokovic, the best tennis player in the world, won like 23 Grand Slams. I don't know if it was in a row, but he's the best of the best.
Mm-hmm.
And they interviewed him and they asked him, who is your biggest enemy? He's the best in the world, but they asked him, who's your biggest enemy? He says, the biggest enemy is this one little young boy from Serbia called Novak Djokovic. Because he understood that he needs to deal with his inner world, with inner healing, with everything that was, put on him, that he created, or, again, society put on you, and that you are preventing yourself to make that money, to get those clients, to get to the success. But if you're focusing on the outside, you lose control and you lose your way on the way, because you get stuck in a hamster wheel where everybody, in a rat race where everybody is, because you're focusing on the wrong thing. Focus on you, and all of a sudden, money happens.
You know that you just gave us a mini masterclass.
I did. Like,
You did.
don't pause this.
You're
I'll sell this next week.
Yeah, but Anya's gonna go even more in depth. I just want to say that was a masterclass. I had to write that down, and just in the short period of time that I've been conversing with you and having this great conversation, the self-awareness of who I'm becoming is building the confidence that has always been within me to create the self-control that will guide me without redirecting me. And that's just from what you just said to me, the self-awareness, confidence, and self-control. And that was just a little snippet. So I'm super excited that I get to experience you both in the masterclass in the MomLink community. Again, that is completely complimentary to anybody that's a part of the MomLink community. You just go on our Mighty Networks platform and you'll be able to sign up on there on Sunday at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And as well as for our non-MomLink members, of course, you can come in, but we have to give you an extra link there, right? So we have a link for you too as well that we definitely would love to see. Everybody needs to understand the power of the energy and how it aligns with our relationships, our business, and most importantly, ourselves. And then I'm super I know Anya without even guessing, just because of the flow of this conversation, that what you're going to be talking about at the virtual business summit that we're having next Friday on June 23rd, that you're going to be able to align everything that we're learning in our business with who we are becoming, to have that understanding. And that is really, it's not even the icing on the cake. The icing on the cake, everyone's just looking, ooh, that's good. But it's really the feeling that's inside.
And I got an amazing toolkit ready for everybody, because again, I'm trying to make spiritual practical. So I'm trying to bridge how to, I'm not going to be telling you, oh, you're supposed to do all the meditation and journaling and the affirmations and do gratitude in the morning and gratitude in the evening, and how to make all that woo-woo stuff you can make, right? But put it into practice. So I'm going to give out like a whole, toolkit, step by step, of like what you should pay attention to build up, like that said, confidence, self-awareness and self-control, so you can start implementing and you can see instant results.
I love that. So this virtual summit is not just about being taught or spoken to. It's also about you leaving with tangible tools that you can start implementing in your life that very day. So this is why we say that this virtual business summit is not just to be on and just put your camera off and walk around. It is actually about engaging and really leveling up and knowing that we're doing it collectively. And the best part is, it's that whole feature benefit. The feature is the mom link and that being able to feature this amazing, amazing woman, Miss Anya. That's the feature and everything that she has to offer. The benefit is that you are going to leave with tangible tools that are going to align with your current situations and positions. And if you need anything further, you know where to go. You only know what you know until you know. And the only way to know is to show up. It's a show. It is. It is. When you show up, and like I
Yeah.
learned so much from you. That's why I said,
You gotta be curious.
yeah, we have to be curious, but I also don't want to. You're giving so much meat and potatoes, even though there's so much more to give. I want everyone to really, really know that Anya is the real deal. She's been rocking with the Mom Link since the Mom Link's inception, right? And she's,
I have.
guided so many people in their lives, in their business, in their relationships. And the best part, what I love about you, Anya, is you always keep it real. This lady keeps it real. She'll tell you how it is, how it isn't, or what should or could. And then she'll also, when she's keeping it real, also bring us back to her own story so we can also relate and resonate with it. I love that. It's not like, Camille, you need to do this, you need to do that. You say, Camille, you know what? Let me tell you my story and see how I've evolved.
I did that. If I did that, then everybody can do it. So
Right?
that's not a problem.
Right? Exactly. I'm
That's
super
it.
excited. I'm a little jealous right now that you're wearing a tank top and
Oh
looking
my
very.
God, I'm so hot. I'm just like, can't you see?
Meanwhile,
Like, I feel
my
like
sweat.
sweating over here.
I didn't tell you yet. Miss Anya is in the beautiful Dominican Republic, and I'm in Toronto, Canada. But this is the beauty about this amazing community. It doesn't matter where we are. What it matters is that we show up for each other. We're always speaking a positive and being our own, each other's, marketing billboards, and most importantly, learning and growing, evolving together. It's just like that butterfly. And I'm so grateful to have you with us.
And that's why, like you said earlier, right? Like I keep it real because unfortunately we need to grow, and with growth comes a little bit of pain.
Pain.
So if you got some people around you who can, say you'll be fine, go through the pain, then the growth can happen. And that's why sometimes when I have conversations with somebody, like, are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do this.
Exactly. And I love that. So everyone definitely that little QR code at the top there. Beep, 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 beep. Hey, I'm doing it pretty good. That is straight direct access to the virtual business summit that we're having next Friday, June 23rd from 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is all about re-evolutionizing the way we do business together. And it's from the beginning to the end. It's not just from the top, bottom, it's the bottom and top. And we're super excited to have you there. So definitely click that link, share it with everybody else. And if you're part of the Mom Link community, Anya is coming for us on Sunday, this Sunday at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you can, and you are, again, listening to this and you're part of the Mom Link community, if you click on the link, you'll also see that Anya has a little bit of a questionnaire that's really good about really getting us engaged and, planting the seed to what the conversation is going to be like. Because, again, she's all about not just speaking to you, but leaving you with tangible and useful items for both your business, your relationships, and everything else in between. She's not stingy with the people, just saying.
No,
So
all about the give.
yes. So I'm going to leave the link again, even though we have the QR code. After this live, I will put it back into the comments as well as have the links for Anya's masterclass on Sunday, and of course her handles. You gotta stay up to time with her because Ms. Anya, she's amazing. Not only does she do everything else, but she never talks about it. But I'm a creeper. I creeped her page. She also does this, like, I don't know, acrobatic, like doing the splits in the air on a piece of string.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, amazing. What do you mean, like? Oh yeah. Meanwhile, I was
I'm
just like,
just dreaming about it.
wow, it was so cool. every time I go into your page view, I just learn something new about you, and I want to thank you for keeping it real with all of us, showing us both your business, personal, and just who you are, and that just really does solidify what you do. So thank you so very much for
Thank
rocking
you.
with me. We got technology
We
going.
did.
And
We
again,
made it.
I'm gonna blame the fact that you live in the Caribbean and I am Caribbean, so we were
That's
just
it.
following
It,
suit.
it, wa- it was meant to happen.
We worked on Caribbean time, people. Just love us, okay? Just love us. So we will be for sure on time on Sunday at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time in the Momlink community, as well as business, virtual
I
business.
hope, yeah, I hope I get to see so many new people and faces on Summit. I'm excited. I'm very
So am
excited.
I. All right, everyone.
Thank you.
Until next time. Have a